To Court Death, an episodic podcast. Written and directed by Leani Lopez. Starring Owen, Fogg, and Leani Lopez. Featuring music by Kevin MacLeod. Chapter 4.
That man is going to get you killed.
I'd like to see him try.
Considering your current situation, I would advise against it.
I turned to Warren and grabbed his arm, pushing his sleeve back, searching for the blood I had seen. Instead, I found a list of names. He didn't try to stop me. Warren watched intently as I studied my name carved into his skin. This is my handwriting.
Is it?
You didn't know the names were written in their owner's handwriting?
Never gave it much thought.
When that car was close to us, I thought you were bleeding.
Your name fills with blood when it's your time.
And it's not now. Which means if that car had hit us, I would have died. Guess I'm really that lucky, huh?
I stopped it.
You make no sense.
You should start walking. You look foolish standing here yelling at nobody.
Like I fucking care right now.
I stopped it because if you died, then I wouldn't get my answers. I need to know what's so special about you.
Why do you think there's something special about me?
Because when I've tried to collect your soul, I ended up healing you instead. That's never happened before.
Bet you say that to all the girls.
This isn't the time for jokes.
Really? Because this has to be a sick one. I've been fighting my whole life. I've technically died 3 times in the past few months, and now I have a Grim Reaper who actively saved me, only because he wants to know why he can't collect my soul.
Alright, maybe that does sound like a bad joke.
By now, we had made our way down the sidewalk. Warren glanced at me, but I was too busy trying to focus on how to walk without swaying. I had gone through physical therapy at the hospital, but I was still weak. I wrapped my arms around myself and clenched my jaw, holding back noises of discomfort. Warren reached out to offer his hand. I stared at him for a moment, before I eventually took it. Immediately, some of the pain melted away, and I started to walk easier. Is this you healing me?
I think so.
You come across self-assured. Turns out, you don't know jack shit.
That would seem to be the case. Look, Alicia, you were meant to die. I can't do anything about that. The universe is going to keep trying to correct itself.
As if on cue, the ground shook, and I stumbled into him. No one around us seemed to notice, however, which I would have found strange if I wasn't so wrapped up in my current situation. Warren put his arm around me protectively, and we kept walking. A day. I can't even have one day. I want
What do you want?
peace. I want peace. I want to hide away somewhere sunny and close to the ocean. I want to wake up to the smell of pancakes in the morning. I want to be happy and safe. I want to be safe. Well, what now? Are you going to keep saving me until you get what you want?
If that's what it takes.
Fitting, seeing as you're the reason I got hurt in the first place.
What are you talking about?
I saw you on the street before the accident. It startled me and I forgot to put my seatbelt on. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have hit that dashboard.
Are you trying to say that I feel guilty?
Do you?
No. I haven't felt guilty for any of the souls I've collected. I don't feel anything, actually.
You just healed me so I wouldn't be in pain anymore. If you didn't feel anything, you would have let me suffer this walk home.
This was a bad idea. I shouldn't have come here. I shouldn't have helped you.
Then leave. I don't need you sticking around babysitting me. And your back and forth is giving me whiplash.
You shouldn't go back to Cole.
Okay, that is none of your business.
He hurts you.
A lot of people have hurt me.
Have they broken your wrist? Bruised your ribs?
Yes, even worse. Look, you said I can see you because I'm close to death. Well, I never saw you until the crash. Clearly, Cole doesn't want to kill me. If he did, he would have tried by now.
That is a terrible way to look at things.
Not all silver linings are rainbows and kittens. Cole, I can handle. It's better than being alone.
No, it isn't.
Giving relationship advice now. You Reapers do everything.
We're really only supposed to do the one thing.
And again, you are terrible at your job.
Alicia.
Stop. Just stop. Go. Warren paused before placing a hand on my shoulder in an awkward pat. I don't know what came over me, but the brief contact felt so comforting, I pulled him into a tight hug. He froze, seemingly surprised. Hesitantly, he relaxed and returned the embrace. When I pulled away, however, he was gone.
Lance and Famke sat at the table, talking in hushed voices. As soon as they saw me, they stopped. Subtle.
What'd you decide to do?
I spoke with Alicia.
So it's Alicia now?
Did you get her soul? Or at least figure anything out?
No.
Warren, this can't keep going on.
Out of nowhere, I felt a wave of dizziness and had to grab the closest chair to steady myself. Lance and Famke both got up to help. In my mind, I saw flashes of soldiers and heard echoes of gunfire. I shut my eyes, but the images moved too fast for me to see anything for longer than a second, and they stopped just as quickly. My arms transformed before my eyes, lasting much longer this time. Parts of my skin looked like it had decayed away, while what was left turned a bright shade of red.
What the fuck was that?
Marina! Marina!
What's wrong? Why are you yelling?
Something just happened to Warren.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
Bullshit! Your arms!
They're fine. It's gone now.
What happened to his arms?
They changed. They look dead. Sort of.
Maybe he should go see the bosses now.
No, I'm fine.
Like hell you are. Something is obviously wrong.
Marina stared at me intently, but I looked down at my arms instead. When I turned them around in examination, it was then that I realized Alicia's name was bleeding. Shit. Not again.
You have to go back then. Finish this once and for all.
No, don't go. You need to see the bosses. If your arms change...
Famke is right. I have to go. Something's wrong. I can feel it.
Warren, I don't think you should...
And he's gone.
Dishes filled the sink. There were a few smashed glasses on the floor, and the broken alcohol bottle still in a pile against the wall. I was huddled in the corner, head bent, as I rocked back and forth. I looked up, wiping my bloody nose. My eye was swollen, so it took me a moment to recognize him. When I did, I scrambled to my feet and launched myself into his arms.
Alicia?
Warren!
What happened? What's going on?
Oh God, if you're here, he's coming back. Shit, he's coming back. Shit.
Alicia, tell me what happened.
He got fucking drunk and just lost it. I tried to take the bottle away and he attacked me.
You need to leave. Right now. Do you hear me?
He'll just find me again. He's done it before.
I'll go with you. But we need to leave right now. Go. Pack your things. I can take you out of here.
Who the fuck are you talking to?
No one. I'm not talking to anyone.
I heard you say Warren. Who the fuck is Warren?
Cole, just please let me go. I'm done with this shit, and I'm done with you. I'm not doing this anymore. I have been fighting my entire life. Everyone was always telling me I was a quitter, that I was a waste of space and not worth a damn. I'm not a quitter. I'm a survivor.
Alicia, he's not going to listen.
The only reason I stayed with you, Cole, is because I was so fucked up. I thought everyone was right. I thought you were right. I thought I needed to be with someone to mean something. But not anymore. I'm done with whatever this is. I want to leave. I want to live. And fuck you for making me think otherwise.
You're not going anywhere.
Cole charged at me for the second time that day. Warren tried to stand between us, but Cole went through him.
Get off her!
He was powerless. I wasn't. I fought against Cole with everything I had. Years of torment and abuse brought my rage bubbling to the surface, and I couldn't hold back anymore. I managed to get one arm free, but Cole slammed me roughly into the counter. Feeling around wildly for something to defend myself, my hand closed around the hilt of a steak knife.
Eli, no!
Too late. I whirled around and stabbed Cole in the gut. Somehow, he had enough strength to shove me backward into the counter again. I slipped, my head hitting the marble with a sickening crack as I fell to the ground. Warren pushed past Cole to get to me, not realizing he could touch him now.
Cole coughed up blood as he sunk onto the dirty floor. Foolishly, he yanked the knife out of his stomach, which allowed blood to pour freely from the wound.
You fucking bitch!
Lance appeared suddenly, standing next to Cole, who slumped over, dead.
Warren? What are you doing here?
I didn't answer. Instead, I gathered Eli in my arms, brushing her hair back from her face. As soon as my skin made contact with hers, the wound on her forehead started to knit itself closed.
Warren! It's her time! You can't just heal her!
Lance, I have to. She killed him. You know what that means. I watched Cole's spirit step out of his body.
Colton Hill,
What is this? What's happening? What did that bitch do?
your time has come.
What's going on? Why can't I move?
Unfortunately, there is no peace for you.
Shadows surrounded Cole's feet. Blistering, peeling arms sprung up from the blackness, grabbing Cole's legs tightly. He screamed and tried to get away, but he couldn't move. The hands started tearing at his pants, breaking through the material and grabbing chunks of his flesh as Cole started to sink into the darkness.
No! Help me!
No one can help you. Your soul is tainted.
I opened my eyes in time to see Cole dragged down through the darkness. It was the most horrifying thing I had ever witnessed, and I had to bury my face in Warren's chest at the last second so I wouldn't see the decaying hands ripping at Cole's face.
No, help me!
Warren watched for me, arms tightly holding me close. There was a flash of flames, and then all that remained of Cole was his lifeless corpse. The other Reapers started freaking out, pacing as he rapidly ran his hands through what little hair he had.
This is bad. This is bad. Warren, you saved her. You actively saved her.
There was no other way.
You broke your vows. You broke your contract. What are you going to do now? Are you just going to keep saving her again and again to keep her from getting dragged down?
I'll think of something. Eli, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Warren, we both know you can't change this. If you don't collect her soul, you won't ever finish your contract. And that's the least of your worries when the bosses hear about this.
It's my fault this happened. It shouldn't have ever gotten this far. I have to make it right.
Can I say something, or are you two gonna keep talking about me like I'm not even here?
You can still see us? Oh, great! Perfect, fantastic. That's not good. That means something's going to happen to her again and soon.
Yeah, I can see you. I never asked for Warren to save me. My actions are mine alone. Cole was coming after me. I did what I had to do to protect myself.
Eli, this isn't like the rules of the human world. You killed someone. Even if the police wouldn't press charges, you've tainted your soul.
What does that mean?
It means that we can't guarantee what's going to happen to you when you pass on. The chances of you ending up like your dead boyfriend here are very high.
The universe is going to try to correct itself no matter what. But I promise I won't let it take you until we figure something out.
So what am I supposed to do now? Live the rest of my life looking over my shoulder, knowing that something is gonna keep coming after me? I've already done that! I'm tired. I am so fucking tired of living that way. I just want to be free to make my own choices.
Maybe she can take the contract?
No, I wouldn't wish this on her. Besides, there are only ever 4 Reapers, and we don't know if any of us are close to moving on yet. Rules are rules.
Oh no. They're calling us back.
Go. I'm staying with her.
Warren, you can't!
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not leaving her side.
We have no idea what the consequences of this are going to be.
I'm willing to take that risk.
Fine, then so am I. I'm staying with you.
Lance.
No! I've already made up my mind. I've been asking you for years to connect with someone. Granted, this isn't exactly what I had in mind. Obviously, there's something special about you, Alicia. So, if Warren thinks you're worth protecting, then I'll help. What do we do first?
His body. I just keep staring at it.
Don't touch it. Let's get you out of here.
Is there another safe place where we can bring you?
Yeah, there's a place where I go to get away from Cole sometimes.
Grab your things. We'll take you. Eli nodded and disappeared into the next room. Lance met my eye.
This is a bad idea.
Then don't stay.
What has gotten into you? In all the years we have known each other, I've never seen you act this way. You're like a completely different person.
Or maybe I'm just remembering who I'm supposed to be.
I was shoving clothes into a backpack when Warren came to check on me.
Eli.
Don't. Warren, please just don't. Anything you say now isn't going to sound sincere. I cannot afford to be pitied, especially not by you. Why couldn't Cole see you before I stabbed him?
Because he wasn't close to death until you grabbed the knife.
Even then, I was meant to die instead of him? Fuck! I picked up my music box and threw it across the room, smashing a mirror and sending shards of glass in all directions. Warren crossed the room to pull me into a hug. He was the fucking scum of the earth, but I'm the one who had to die first. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. Figures I can't even get death right.
Don't say that. If there's one thing I've learned doing this job is that there's always going to be some sort of fight in life.
So I should just accept it? No, I refuse.
Clearly. That's why you're still standing here.
I just want the fighting to stop.
Just like soldiers. We never stop fighting.
I don't want to be a soldier.
You already are.
Are you just a soldier, Warren? Or are you more than that? I know I am.
We should get going.
I nodded and closed my backpack, slipping the straps onto my shoulders. Both Reapers took my hands, and then my bedroom faded away. This has been Chapter 4 of To Court Death, an episodic podcast. Written and directed by Leani Lopez. Starring Owen, Fogg, and Leani Lopez. Guest starring Connor MacDonald, Madalyn Sheehy, Alyssa Comeau, and Joshua Bonilla. Additional voices by Rosa Van Wee and Monica MacDonald. Featuring music by Kevin MacLeod.